Hello, my name is Darren. I'm from Newcastle upon Tyne in England. I'm just going to start off first of all with this is going to be completely unedited version. So we're just going to run through what my life experience has been like. So at the age of 16, I finished school. I got my first job working in a indoor theme park. Which was pretty awesome because as a kid, I loved going to the theme park, and I used to, love going on all the rides. And the funny thing is, the only ride that I would not go on would be a roller coaster for some reason. I was kind of afraid as a kid, but as I've grown older, I actually love, going on roller coasters now. So it's kind of a bit weird, but I was part of that theme park for about 6 years. So I worked there for quite some time. I worked in the attraction part for 4 years. So my job there was to greet, make sure adults and kids were measured correctly so they could go on the ride. So for example, if a kid's under the height, unfortunately they couldn't go on the ride. Make sure the kids were supervised by an adult, if that was the case. Made sure everyone was, fastened in tightly, all the security measures, all that. And yeah, you'd start the ride, end the ride. And that was my job all day. I just, I was set on a Pacific ride for one day, and then the next day I'd get put on a different ride, and so it's just a different variety. So I wasn't like stuck in the same attraction like for weeks on end. I really enjoyed it. I then decided that I wanted to try something different, so I went into the catering business. I got put on catering out of the blue, to be honest. That it wasn't my choice. I actually enjoyed it. So again, more customer service experience. My job there was to serve customers at a till, take payments for items that they bought. We had like a little shop next to the rides where you could get like refreshments and snacks and whatnot. And then I got moved into one of the big restaurants that was part of the theme park. So I got put into I was doing a lot of waitering, serving people at tables, taking orders, and then eventually I got put on to the back stuff in the kitchen. So I started to learn how to cook certain different foods, like the menu and such like that. Which was, I'd say, a very stressful, busy kind of job. It didn't faze me. I'm always looking for a challenge in trying new things out. So I kind of, I stuck there for 2 years. I enjoyed it. I built up a lot of relationships with the customers. I built a lot of friendships. And yeah, and then unfortunately the company had to shut down, so we had to close the theme park. And then after that, I moved into I went into it was British Airways in a customer service role, but it was more of we were in charge of locating people's lost baggage. So my job was to receive calls from people that are still receiving, waiting for their baggage. I had to also make outbound calls to them, giving them an update by tracing where their baggage had more likely ended. So I had to learn all the airport codes, which I don't really know now. It's been a while. So I was in there for about a year and a half, I'd say. Looking back at it, I then got moved into the customer relations department team that was specifically dealing with direct complaints. It was kind of a tough job. It was because there was a lot of irate, angry people, which is understandable. You know, if they've lost valuable items and such, you know, I can understand where they're coming from. There was this one case where I felt so bad for this couple, husband and wife. They were very old, aged adults there, and they had very, very sentimental items in their baggage that meant a lot to them. And their baggage had went missing, and the baggage was missing for like 4 weeks, and I was constantly onto the other airports, always chasing, always trying to get an update, just, you know, eventually hoping to find this baggage. So obviously the adults, you know, the customers gave me a description of the baggage, you know, what make it was, what color, is there any distinctive changes within the baggage, any distinctive, you know, what's the word I'm looking for here? Anything that different that can set apart other baggage. So it took 4 weeks to find this baggage, and the joy of giving the good news to those two Pacific adults, those customers, was extremely rewarding, because I felt like I built up like a huge relationship with them on a friendly side of things. You know, I was the one that was going above and beyond, trying to, you know, rectify the issue, where others, you know, over my colleagues, you know, didn't really care at the end of the day. But, you know, I'm that type of person that, you know, I look out for my friends, my family, before I think about anything about myself. I've always been raised like that as a young child. You know, my mom's always raised me to be the best person I can be. Be honest, be kind, be giving, be loving, be loyal, and dedicated, hardworking. You know, that's me in a nutshell. So after that job had ended, I then moved on to the sales department. I got into a job where I didn't really know what I was getting into at first until I seen what it was like. There was these regrets where I kept on thinking, you know, I should back out of this. I'm not going to enjoy this, you know. But me wanting to try something different, it was like door-to-door sales. So I would be put in a certain area. I would have to go around each house throughout the day, trying to sell medical insurance. It was mostly like dental and such like that, and health insurance and such. So it was kind of a difficult job. I kind of had a lot of success in it. I don't know why. Apparently I can talk about that stuff, and I have the natural tongue for it, apparently. Or I'm just a likable person, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I kind of stayed in that. It was only for 6 months because the company kind of went bust. I was working my way up the ladder. I worked my way up to a team leader. So then my job then was to show the ropes to new employees joining the company. I had then had to manage my own team of colleagues. So my job then was to hype them up, in the morning, get these rallies going, talk about how the day's going to go, what's on the agenda, what the goals are. But that kind of job was very difficult for a lot of people. So we didn't really retain a lot of people at times. There was always new people coming in because it was more like a self-employed kind of job. You didn't have like a annual wage. You just basically got paid what you earned, basically. So if you earned nothing for weeks on end, then you wouldn't be paid anything. And a lot of people did not like that, which I understand. I was in that mindset at some point, but I just got through it. I just decided to stick with it. I was making moves, waves, as you say, building up my team, and then a lot of my team left because they didn't enjoy the job. It was difficult financially. And yeah, the business kind of fell apart, to be honest. So yeah, after that, I then went into sort of like a government role, as a case of, it was a company that was doing medicals for people that were claiming sickness benefits. So my job was to be on the front line, taking calls for people that had been referred to us because they were claiming sickness benefit. They had to have a medical to prove that they were unwell to work, or if they were fit to work. It was kind of a very challenging job, that one, because we had a lot of irate, difficult customers come in on a daily basis, and it was very tolling on your mental state. So I was in that job for, believe it or not, 7 years. I had a great relationship with my team leaders. I had a lot of friends. I kind of stayed in that job because of that kind of environment, because of the friendships and the relationships I had built and made. So after leaving that job, it kind of was a relief, because I didn't want to try and deal with that anymore. But I missed a big part of my life, my friends and such. But life moves on. You meet new people, new opportunities arise, and that's what I'm all about. I'm always looking for a new opportunity. On the gaming aspect, actually no, let me just so now, after that job, I currently work in a company called Square Health, which is like one of the biggest health companies in the UK. We arrange insurance medicals for people claiming insurance policies, for example, like mortgage policies, life insurance, things like that. So it's kind of less stressful because they get referred from their insurance provider to us. So we're not cold calling or anything like that. We receive incoming calls. I do dial out as well, but they get notification that Square Health will be in contact. So it's kind of relaxing. It's a very laid back job. I've done this now for 2 years. I don't see myself doing it all my life. I want something different. And that's where the whole gaming aspect comes in. So when I'm not working, I play a lot of games. I'm a gamer at heart. I grew up playing games as a child. I had all the consoles. I had my first PC as a Spectrum. And you know, I loved it. You know, gaming's part of me. It always will be, and that kind of has caused a lot of my relationships to have difficulties because the person I was getting with didn't really see that kind of aspect of gaming. They didn't know what was involved and how dedicated you have to be. And I've always been a competitive type of gamer. I love to win. I like a challenge, and that's kind of where my career as a professional gamer sort of come from. I grew up playing Counter-Strike. Basically, as a teenager, I would go out, as the usual thing as a teenager, go out, get drunk, have a good time. But I always come back and played games. It was part of my life. It always will be. And because I kind of pick up games a lot, really easily. It doesn't matter what type of game, I pick up a lot. I know how to problem solve. I know how to spot errors in certain games, bugs, exploits, report them, things like that. And so when PUBG came out, that was when I got my first opportunity to be a professional gamer, as you say. I loved every moment of it, starting, playing the game from day one, making a lot of relationships with PUBG staff, other players, things like that. It was great to being involved in that kind of community. Being the first ever professional signed in the game was an honor. And I will always, look back at that and cherish that moment. And then being the first team signed in the game, that was just huge. PUBG was picking up steam. It had a lot of eyes on it at the time. It was amazing. It was an amazing experience. Being able to travel, to events, and see other, people that I've spoken to online for ages in person. And, I love that, I miss that so much. And that's where the whole aspect of wanting to be involved in esports in general comes in play. I've been chasing that dream, still chasing that dream. I have plans to hopefully migrate and move away from here to abroad. I've always looked at options of either in America or Canada or somewhere like that, to try and start up from the ground and build my own life. I have a lot of I have a brother and sister, and my mom obviously. Don't really speak to my father, because there was some difficulties when we were young. We kind of went through a kind of traumatic experience with my mom and dad divorcing, and it kind of turned really bad on his part. We had to completely move away from our home to a complete different location. My mom had to change her surname, and we kind of like lost a lot, and we had to start from the ground. Start from from the beginning. But yeah, so back on the whole esports aspect, I'm a very challenging person. I love to learn. even though if I don't have the experience or the qualifications in certain things, you know, I'm always willing to learn and, you know, do my best. And, you know, hearing about this kind of opportunity, you know, it really excites me. You know, if I am chosen, or, you know, if I get the opportunity to represent, or, you know, to make a life in a different place, then, you know, I'm all for it. I'm 110% going to be putting all the effort in. And yeah, that's me, you know. Also, oh, I forgot, I'm also a streamer. I stream on Twitch. I've been streaming for about 6-7 years, something like that. We've had some ups and downs. We've had some really highs. We've had some really lows. I've played with huge, noticeable, famous people within the Twitch community. I made my name in PUBG. A lot of people, you know, recognized me as one of the best players in the world at one point. So from that point, I kind of lost my way after my PUBG career. After I retired from my PUBG career, I'm trying to find what I want to do in life. It's been a bit of a struggle mentally, physically, but you know, my mindset is there's always an open door, always opportunities arise, and you just gotta grasp it and take it with a grain of salt, and, you know, move on and do the best you can, and, you know, be happy, you know. You know, I say this a lot to motivate me. I want to make a name for myself. I want to do something. I want to be doing something that people are proud of me or doing. I wish I did more when I was younger, to try and be someone, as a case of, you know, like a, I don't know, like a movie actor or something like that, you know. But, you know, I'm 34 years old now. I'm just looking for the next thing, and hopefully, you know, this video, you know, look at my situation. Obviously, I don't know what is out there, what kind of positions that you're looking to employ, but just let you know that I will give my all, 100%, 110%, you know, and you know, I'll learn, you know, learn new things, and yeah. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. You know, I'm always available to respond. Yeah, and thank you for this opportunity, and I'll look forward to seeing you soon, or talking to you soon. Bye bye now.